Dad did that.
I'm Nate Watson. Um, I run Dad Swag right now. I have 4 kids. Sorry if you hear them in the background, they're running around. I have 3 boys and 1 girl. My oldest is 12, going on 13. So, and my youngest is 6. So busy guy, having fun though.
Yeah. Oh my word. So who's the oldest, boy or girl?
Not boys though, just
Boy's oldest. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So how's that transition for you? How's that double digit life?
Man, it's different. It's fun. You
Yeah.
know, he wants to do a lot of the things that I do, which is fun. You know, like I go to car shows. He
Yeah.
goes with me. That's my right hand man.
Yeah.
You know, playing, hang out together, all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Sorry, my 6-year-old kid.
You're good now, man. Oh my word. So 4 kiddos. How old were you when you had your first kid?
Oh man, what was that 12 years ago? So that's terrible. That's a bad question. I gotta actually count back. Oh my gosh. I would have been like 26.
Okay.
26.
26.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So it's a
young.
different experience, yeah. Because most of my friends weren't having kids yet. I was like the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Holy moly. So are you what's your are you married, divorced, kids, or I mean
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I am married. Yeah.
they're married. Okay. So you
Been married for 13 years.
okay.
Yeah, going on 14.
You and your spouse clearly got it right. Because you kept going. You got one and you kept going.
Right.
so that's really cool, man. So let me ask you, what have you learned? You know, the whole fathering thing. Obviously, your father, your husband, you got, you know, you have your own hobbies, you have your own, you know, your own crafts and things going on. What have you learned most about yourself since becoming a dad?
I help.
Patience. A lot of patience. I know it's funny, but it's true. You
Devin, I want to help you.
I think you gotta learn, like right now, I'm having patience. You gotta learn, like, to me, most of this stuff isn't even worth being upset about or hollering and having a fit. Because I mean, at least for me, I can speak from my experience. It gets my anxiety up. I get all upset about stuff. I do it a lot, but I've learned a lot of this stuff doesn't even matter. This kid keeps writing this book. It's his brother's book. That's his math book. Stop writing his math book. So, you know, but I can't get mad. It's not working.
I want to help Devin.
I know you want to help.
That's hilarious. See, that's adorable. Yeah. See, and it's funny. I laugh because I swear I could make a montage of just like dads, me asking that question, and almost everyone has had the exact same answer.
Really?
Patience. That's why I laugh. It's like, geez, that is like the running theme. Patience.
Let it be. It's gonna all work out in the end anyway.
This is true. This is true.
Just do your best. Try to guide.
Yeah.
It's gonna fall in place. Yeah.
See, that's one of the things that for me is a tricky one because I'm a little bit of a neat freak, and anyone who has kids who just heard me say that probably laughed in their head because they know because you know it doesn't go together. It doesn't go. They will literally they see something clear and they're like, how can I mess this up?
Yeah. How many you have? Sorry.
I've got 2 girls. So I got a 5-year-old and 6-year-old girl, and my lady also has a 6-year-old girl. So I'm divorced now about a year and a half, and it is just that whole dynamic of, you know, getting into the dating scene again. And I've been with somebody for months now, and he has a daughter the same age as my kiddos. And so I have 3 little girls for the most part running around tearing stuff up. They just tear it up, man. Oh my god.
That's what they do.
Dude, with a talent though, with a serious talent. So with your kiddos dynamics right now, because you have a pretty broad range, right? You said your oldest is in the teens, just turned 13.
Yep.
And how's the youngest?
6. This is the one that's sitting. He's sitting next to me right now. My
Okay.
6-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah.
6-year-old. So how is that dynamic? Like, how do you find yourself splitting your attention between 4 kids? Because I know I struggle with 3 girls on my hands now. Like making sure that you're giving them equal amount of attention, love, or like how do you do that?
I don't know. I try to take moments, even if it's just to go outside with them, just one at a time, or I go do something, or I take them to the. I think when I'm learning as I get older, some of it's just more simpler than what I thought it was. And sometimes I just take one to the store with me. I gotta go to Target. Come with me. You know what I mean? Not. I just looked up.
We going now. We going now.
He gave me big eyes. He knows
Target.
Oh
shoot, that's hilarious.
You go to Target. So sometimes it's just that simple. Like, let's come with me to the store. I need somebody to come with me. They're like, okay. And you take one with you, and then you can ask them about how their day was, what's new, what's happened, what's trending, whatever you come up with. Sometimes that's all they need.
Yes. I like that. You find the small moments. You find the small moments and make them meaningful.
Yeah, even stuff that I've never thought. Like, so my son he's 6th grade, and he still likes me walking up there to walk him home after school. Just little stuff. I never would think like, man, I'm like, oh, he's getting older. He's a teen. He's not gonna want me like that. Like he's not gonna be like, oh, there's my dad. So I go walk him home, and he's happy. He's like sees me and he gets excited. That's cool. Like, man, this is cool. And then I walk him home, ask him how the day was and what's new up there, and it's cool, man. That's just you got to take the moments of stuff, and then I got they're into different things, so I try to find something every once in a while that's just something that they like, and me and him go do that one thing, or like my daughter, we go do that one thing that we both like. So that's a very good point.
So I've gotten into this thing now where I date my daughters. Like, I take them out individually, one, and give them my undivided attention. Like, and for the most part, within reason, I'll do whatever they want to do, right? Now, you mess around and tell a kid that you come home with a real unicorn, but within reason, I'll go do whatever they want to do. And that for me has created, like, my youngest daughter talks about it all the time. Like, we went on a date, and that's all I heard about all week. Oh, Daddy, I loved our date. I loved our date. So that's one of the things I would say is, for me, one of the most important things is to have those kinds of connections. What is the most rewarding thing you think you've gotten from being a dad? Like, what's the most rewarding part about being a dad for you?
I think it's the same, man. I didn't know what to expect. So it's probably the best. Having them is the best thing that could happen. Yeah. Not just the connections, but just the time spent watching them grow. Yeah. I think some of us aren't taught how great it is. I remember being told how terrible it was going to be, not any other positive stuff. Talking about how I wasn't going to get to do and be myself anymore, but I still am. Yeah, I'm still going. I'm not going to have as much time as I used to, but I'm still going to go to a car show. I'm still going to go play ball. I'm still going to go do, the things I want to do to be me, because that's what they want to see. And I think some dads forget that too, because I remember I had a moment where I forgot who I was. I wasn't doing anything that makes me me. So you begin to remember, oh, wait, I used to go do this. I used to go play ball. I used to go work out. I used to go do all these things. I forgot about me. But that makes you better for them.
Yeah, I am so glad you touched on that, right? Because that's one of the biggest things for me that I find a lot of people, just observation, do. You get caught up in being a great parents and you forget that in order to give your kid or your family the best of you, you kind of have to make sure that you don't forget you, because then you get bitter. You mess
Yeah.
around and you unknowingly get bitter, and you high edge, and you start snapping on stuff that you ain't even snapped about before ever in your life. Like, who
And they
took the
try to
last
figure you
slice?
out.
You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden he mad over pizza. Like it's interesting. So I'm so glad you said that just now. Now, do you feel like that comes from your childhood? Like, what was the dynamic like with your parents, your family growing up?
And that's tough. I was actually talking with my son about that the other day. So, my dad actually moved out around middle school, like 6th grade. So,
Okay.
right now it's different. You know, I have the little ones, you know, the same way. And my dad was around when I was smaller, but around middle school is when we kind of lost touch. So it's just different. I'm trying to learn as I go. I don't think there's a perfect way to do it. I just try to make sure I spend time and be there for what their needs are. And I think that's probably the most important thing you could do. You know, when they need you, you show up, you're there, and then you make memories with them too. I think that they love that part. You know, we go do something. It doesn't even have to be nothing big, but I know people see me like, oh, he's always at Disney and these things. But sometimes it's just, let's just go to the park, or let's just go for a walk around the neighborhood. Let's go for a bike ride. We'll go for a walk, and me and my wife will walk, and they'll ride scooters. You know, this is stuff that they remembered, little things doing. It's stuff that I began to lose when I was around my son's age, you know, and it's tough. Yeah.
That's beautiful though. I do want to touch on the fact that you're not gonna flex on me again with this Disney thing, okay? If you bring up Orlando one more time,
no.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
So you be red and I be yellow, okay?
I'm gonna play with you in a minute, okay, buddy?
Okay.
I tell people though, like so my family all lives in Michigan. So, you know, for us to find something to do, we do it just us together. Right. You know, because all of my other families up here, I think it'd be different if we lived in Michigan. We'd probably be doing more stuff with them, you know.
Right, the village.
Let's go get, you know, my cousins or whoever, and it'd be way different, way different. But, you know, this is kind of like that's our playground, you know.
Well, the dynamic of a village, right? That makes the big difference. Like having people around you where you can just feel comfortable knowing that, you know, uncle is over here, auntie's over there, grandpa, you know, whoever, that does make a huge difference. So I'm curious because did you meet your wife in Orlando, or were you guys, or was she from Michigan also?
Nope, met her here. Yep.
Okay.
I met her out here too.
Okay, so you moved down there. Okay. Let me ask you a question because furthermore, and I don't know much about Florida. I've got my you know, my little things that I've heard. I
do my best to answer because I'm still new to me. I mean, it's been like
fair
more than 10 years, but it's still new.
It's a beautiful place to be, but you know, when you start moving further north, for someone with my hue, I've heard not the greatest thing. And so I'm curious, what is your biggest fear for your children?
Biggest fear? As far as down here, or
in general, in life? General. I mean, we're going through a pandemic. I mean, we've had racial tensions on 2010. I mean, we have, you know, the social media has made things amazing and awful at the same time. Like, what fear do you have as a father of 4 children at that? I mean, at least 3 out of the 4, I'm assuming, are to the point where they're probably like into their own thing. Like they don't even like, you know, they're not coming to you every 5 minutes to be around them. They got their own thing, right? I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. Like what is your fear for your kids at this point, if any?
I don't know if I have any real like fears. I sometimes I worry about them being treated fairly though. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But overall the experience hasn't been bad. Okay. I think it's just different here, and I'm only speaking from somebody who's an outsider living here. Right. For somebody it's almost like culture shock to me. I'm from Detroit, a place that everybody looks like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it's more majority. So coming here is different. Most of the time they think I'm Latin American, or they think I speak Spanish or something. I even have people think I'm Dominican. I don't mind it at all. It doesn't bother me at all. But, you know, I joke with people like, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm from Michigan. I don't speak Spanish. They're like, oh, okay. Well, you should learn it, you know? And I do want to learn it. But it's just different, man. Really different. But I don't really see any major issues like the stuff they do on the news.
Right.
It's way different living here than it is from what y'all see up there. I know my mom would call me with stuff all the time. Do you see this? And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's not like that at all. Like even the stuff of kids being back to school and stuff. My kids have been back face to face since the beginning of the school year almost.
Okay.
And it's been crazy, but it's just different here. I don't know.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, again, my education is from the snippets I see on social media and whatever the news decides to tell me, right? So like all I'm hearing is Florida out here, wow, they don't care about a mask and everybody breathing right in your nose, like and everything is crazy. So it's very interesting to hear the perspective from someone in the heart of it. And know, like, okay.
I think you got that everywhere though, because I was just talking to my best friend today, one of my good friends from back up there, and in Michigan, and we were talking, and I was telling him a story about a guy who I went to go get food, and I'm sitting there on a bench. There's me, and there's like 6 feet, and then there's another guy on the end. We both have a mask on, waiting for our food. This guy comes in and sits in between us without a mask on, and we both stared him down so hard he got up and left. But it's just it's a common respect, right? You see the workers are working, they have a mask on. You see people in there waiting for their food with a mask on. You see people across the room, you know, they're eating. They might not have a mask on, but they're in the corner away from you. Why would you come into an establishment and, to me, disrespect the establishments, what they have in place, their guidelines? Just, you know what I'm saying? You may not believe, but just, you should be able to, I don't want to say comply because it's not what I'm looking for. You should be okay with it though, right? It's just common respect for other humans.
Exactly. You know, there's a certain level of common decency that you gotta have to, even if you don't necessarily like it. I mean, I you know, every once in a while my feet stink. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be out here with Mr. Toes, you know, if I know that. That's just common decency, even though I'm more comfortable that way. It is what it is. So to use that raw analogy, but essentially that's what we're talking about here.
It is.
Consider that simple thing, right? That's very interesting. So I got to tell you, obviously we just met via social media again. One of the pluses of the social media thing, right?
Right.
And from the 5 minutes I'm here talking to you, I can tell like your personality. You seem pretty even keel, pretty chill guy. Probably all part of that patience thing.
It's getting better, I swear. It's getting better.
How much of that do you think comes from, and I always wonder about this, comes from just your being? Like, as a, you know how like you just go, man, that's one chill baby. Like, that baby just really calm, or that baby super rambunctious. Like, how much of that do you feel like comes from just you, your personality being, versus the upbringing, everything you saw growing up?
I mean, my upbringing was pretty straight. I just kind of, I guess I always kind of been like this.
Okay.
You know, I just want to be happy and do my thing. Yeah. And if it's drama and kind of stuff, I really never wanted to be around it. I didn't like to confront people. I was probably more of an introvert. I'm getting better with it as I've gotten older, but I didn't notice it until I was older and realized some of the things that, you know, my dad should have been kind of guiding me through. Yeah. I began to see it for myself. Like, man, I got to make some changes. But I've always been kind of chill, but I noticed, I say for myself, I noticed little stuff, like I would blow up because I would hold stuff in, and then I explode. Rather than do that, I've learned to, even with my wife, I've learned to like just kind of chill out. And then if I'm upset, I try to talk to her, try not to go to 10. I just kind of like hey, give me a minute. I want to talk to you, and then I'll talk.
Yeah.
But man, that communication is everything.
It's key.
You know,
it is. Absolutely, I agree. And it's funny you bring that up because I am curious to know because you said you've been married how long again?
Man, 14 years. Just
14
about.
years. Yeah. And how long you been in the cars?
My whole life.
Okay. So how do you manage to get parts in the house without her seeing? Is all I'm asking, brother.
How do I get parts in the house?
Oh, no,
I gotta give you my secret.
No, I'm just playing. But like a realistic thing though is like, I feel like a lot of people, like we touched on it earlier, you tend to lose yourself in the whole concept of being a parent, and it kind of falls in the same way with a relationship at times, right? Mm-hmm. And not even intentionally, not nothing malicious. It just happens like over time, like you're trying to please the person or whatever the case may be, right? How do you and your wife find like I guess a two-part question where you guys, okay. How did you find yourself able to see that this was something that was important enough to go, yo, I still got to go to these car shows or else I'm going to start just kicking down doors. And her, doing whatever she does to keep her grounded and keep her, a little bit of her own identity, because you get lost in being a husband, a father, a wife, a mother, like you get lost in those things. How do you guys find yourself working through that?
I think we just started noticing little things that we used to do, I remember at random having talks, like, look, because she want to do something and I want to do something. Mm-hmm. But I think at the end of the day, like I said, again, it's communication. Hey, like for instance, she's already not getting her hair done, right? Which I'm fine with. But I'm like, we got a calendar, a common calendar. If it's on the calendar, that's what it is. Even if I missed it, or if she missed it, that's what we want to do. Facts. And it's even if we talked about it, because usually we try to talk about it. Hey, on Thursday I want to do this. Say, okay, that's fine. Like tomorrow I want to go to a car meet tomorrow night. Hopefully, at least for an hour. I'll ask, and she say, okay, that's cool. If not, if she need me, I'm here. But I have to do stuff that I like because that's what I like. Right. And I begin to lose the parts of me that made me me. That I've loved cars since I was a little kid. So to tell me I can't go look at some cars and see a couple adult homies that do the same thing I do, it's gonna make life difficult. Right. So I just started going for it.
What was the thing that made you guys realize that? Like, at what point did you go, oh wait, we're losing us. We gotta make sure we're intentional about putting these things on the calendar.
I don't know. She's always been pretty good about it, but I know for me, I would do stuff like there'd be a car show on like a Sunday and I'll miss it. Yeah. And I'll regret it. So I'm sitting there looking at pictures online of the show that I missed, and she can tell that I'm upset that I missed it. Man, I missed the show, and she can see my anxiety. So then she started going, well, why don't you plan it? If you plan it, then go. Right. Because I know what began to happen. Because you used to go to the shows with me, but with the kids, it's harder to do it. Yeah. For some of these shows, especially those more like adult-friendly shows. So. A lot of them I just take my older son now because he's a little bit older. Me and him go, and then if she wants to see it, she'll come out with the other two or the other three a little bit later, come hang out, and then she'll leave. She'll come for a little bit and go. Yeah. So that's how we've been doing it. But like the last show, me and her walked around. The kids were sitting in the car with the car running, and me and her walked around. Yeah. Got to see everything. It was cool, just like old times, man. But that's how we started, Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I like that. Because I know the struggle. Like I used to try to take my girls out, and it's Michigan, right? So car shows start May, but just because it's car season don't mean the weather agrees with you. So we get up at 9 a.m. and it's like 37 degrees. Yeah. It's not getting warmer later. And these girls are like, we ready to go, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like 5 minutes in, like, I ain't even seen the nice cars yet. Yeah. But I get it. That's beautiful though. I think that's awesome that you guys made that deliberate, intentional, like decision to go, this is something that needs to happen for the well-being of ourselves and our family, because essentially that's what it is. Like, you have to make that decision, or else, again, these feelings just going, they're gonna sit there. Everything's gonna be cool until it's not. That's the reality of it. So
it is.
So do you feel like in the dynamic of, and this is something that, you know, a bunch of people have different feelings on, right?
Okay.
The roles, and I'm, bear with me, air quote, the roles of a man and a woman. I can hear them already. How does that dynamic work in your household?
Dad, remember this? Watch.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, I see you.
Where watch? Graham.
That's not Graham, sir. Go play. I'm not talking to Graham. Oh. See, look, see? There you go.
What's up, buddy?
I'm not talking to Graham. Go play. I don't know.
What's going on here, man?
He thought I was talking to my mom, because that's usually what I'm talking to.
He thought I was a grandmother.
Oh, he doesn't. He's not paying attention. He just thinks I'm talking to my mom because I used to talk to her FaceTime.
Yeah.
So he's assuming that's who I'm talking to. It's funny. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know if there's any, like, I think things are just so different, and I think you should find out what works for you and your spouse, right? Like me and her, we just do our thing. It's weird. You wouldn't think that our roles are what they are.
Right.
You know, like there's days when I'm washing dishes, there's days when she's washing dishes.
Yeah.
There's days when she's making dinner, there's days when I'm making dinner. Mm-hmm. There's days when neither one of us want to do anything. Like, I think we just, for me and her, we just decided, like, it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, as long as stuff get done, like, I'd rather not argue, you know? And if I need her help, I ask. And if she need my help, you know how this wife should tell you, hey, we got to get out here and clean this. You know, I don't want to do it. Can we please clean this room today? You be like,
yeah.
It's nice out. I was hoping.
Oh goodness.
I was hoping we'd get out, but all right.
No. I guess that's way better.
Sometimes I get a jump start. I'll be like vacuuming and sweeping. So what you doing? I said, man, I don't want to have to do this later. I don't want you to ask. I'm trying to hang out. It's Saturday.
That's hilarious, yeah.
She's like, you vacuuming? Yeah, I'm vacuuming. Yeah. Put all this away too. I'm not trying to be here later. Come on, kids. I need help.
Got the cheat codes out, baby. Starting at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm giving out all my secrets.
That's hilarious, yo. Oh my God, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, though. I think that's so cool, man. Because those kinds of things, and I agree with you. I agree with your dynamic, because there is no. I personally don't believe in the traditional sense of the role. Mm-hmm. I believe that what works for you, and you got to figure that out, right?
Yeah.
And so to hear like what you're saying, as far as like we both take it on when we need to, and sometimes we both feel like we don't want to do it, so them kids gonna have to learn how to cook. No, I'm just playing, but
hey,
but
it's
like,
coming.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like we might just have to order pizza tonight because we're both burnt out and we've both been doing our daily whatevers, and that's just our dynamic. And so I think that's amazing, because again, I do feel like there's a certain level of knowledge, information that your kids get from observing your interactions with your spouse. And not just in like, oh, this is how a man should treat a woman or how a woman should treat a man, but also in general interactions. Like, if like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not in an aggressive household where everybody's beefing, or my mom and dad are always beefing, and more than likely I'm not gonna go out there thinking that I need to beef. More than likely, there are outliers naturally, but
right.
It does leave for the general understanding of this is how interactions are supposed to be. See how no one's yelling here? You see that? We're good.
Right.
See how mommy said something Betty didn't agree with, and we're talking about it? That's how that works. We're not here. So that's cool, man. That's very cool. So curious for me, because you're in the the space of what do you call them? The influencer space, right? Like your YouTube, your Instagram, so you're on it, right?
Yeah, I'm trying, man.
Hey, brother, I'm with you. Like you. First of all, can I say that between you, Will, and several other YouTubers, I've been like really because I started a YouTube page a while ago, and for my Jeep when I first got my Jeep, and I fell off, bro. I fell off bad. But
it's difficult, yeah.
Very difficult to continue because the thing about it is the dynamic, and this is where I'm leading to. Is I'm curious to know the how you essentially have the opportunity to put the camera down and live in the moment, because that was one of the trickiest parts for me. Is that I was always filming, and then I would go home and I knew I would have to edit. But then in my filming, I'm kind of missing the moment. Like I'm behind the camera and I'm kind of missing this. So I don't really get to see, even though I'm like recording the cars, I don't really get to see the car and then like enjoy it. I'm behind the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to know how do you find that balance with trying to essentially build your own lane, build up, your channel, your thing, and still maintain that like, all right, this actually happened. I saw this happen. I saw I didn't miss you just because you weren't in the lens at this particular angle. I saw the whole throw. How do you do that?
I think I pick and choose when I want to use it and when I don't now. So like the one I posted today, I had already walked the show twice with my oldest son. Yeah. I just didn't record us walking the show. When I recorded it toward the end of us getting ready to go. And then there was a point where I could see my wife getting irritated with my son. So I took my youngest with me for a walk, but he gave me such good content. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record him for a little bit.
Is that
the whole time?
Yellow VTEC?
Huh?
Was that the one with the yellow Honda?
You're right.
Yeah.
He just started going.
Yeah.
So I turned the camera on real quick just to see what he would do.
Yeah.
And that's the one that was just on the camera, and he just started going. Yeah. So I let him go. I said, "What you like about this car, man?" And he just went for it. So I recorded it. It was just a good moment.
That was amazing.
But the rest of the time, me and him we walked further than that, and I just turned it off. I'm like, you still gotta have the moments of just where it's not on. You know, like now he just knows, okay, Dad recorded something, and so he can remember it and then put it away. Like I told my wife, I'm really doing it because I don't really see enough of us, especially Black men, in the space, being positive and hanging out with the kids anyway. Because I know when I was 26, I didn't really see it in the beginning. And then even now, it's still the same to me. So I was like, I want to do it for that. But I said, if nothing else happens, at least I got all these memories. I can hop on YouTube and be like, hey, kid, look. Remember we did this? Remember we went to that place? Remember we went to this place? Remember we went here? To me, I was like, if nothing else happens, I got all these cool memories, and I just happen to be on the dash way. It's fine with me. So I just turn it off. Like there's days when we go to the parks, and I don't turn the camera on. I may put it on Instagram for a second, and that's it. Right. You know, we might have a whole day at the park, and I haven't recorded any content for YouTube. It just depends on. I sometimes I go with a mood. If I'm in the mood, I'll record the whole time. Yeah. If I'm not, I'll be like, hey, y'all don't mind if I don't record today, or do you mind if I record today? It just depends. Yeah. It's a mood. If I want to be bothered, I go. If I don't, and I just use my phone anyway. I usually use my iPhone. Lately, I used to go crazy. I had a GoPro, and it's not. I watched some. I don't know if you know who Gary Vee is. I watched Gary Vee.
Yep.
He was like, just document the moments.
Yeah.
All right, man, that's so simple. Like, just use a phone, document it, and then upload it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I see so many other YouTubers that are in hundreds and 300s and, almost 1 million, and their stuff isn't perfect. So why should mine have to be perfect to have content? So just make it and go.
Yeah. That's a great point. It's cool that you reference. So, this is kind of where it boils down to for me, because I see this thing of like-minded individuals. Like the fact that you follow Gary Vaynerchuk and observe his content and things like that. There's certain people around me in my circle, in my element, that I go, there's something that makes it where we are in the same circle. And it's those kinds of things. It's like the extra thought put into the process and understanding like this is, it's not this methodical, mythical thing where it's like, yo, did you know if you like I know, man, it's a camera. Like, I hit record when I want to and I turn it off when I don't. That's essentially what it is. That's the fact that you broke it down like that, it makes it so tangible. Like, it makes it make so much sense. That's really cool, man. I appreciate that. That's dope. That's super dope. So curious, anything that, if you had to break it down, and this is for you, we're talking to, you see Nate, he's 26. He just had a baby. He's just getting on the road. What advice would you give him starting off?
And I'd probably say and I think I did a lot, but I think I would enjoy it even more. Like, slow down even more.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I try to enjoy as much as I could, because I'm looking at this kid at 12 in middle school. It blows my mind. He's taller than his mom already. Like, it blows my mind. And I'm like, I don't even know where it went.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, he's his own person. You know what I mean? He's got his friends. He shares his stories with me, which I love. Like, he's his own person. And it happened not that long ago. He's running around like this 6-year-old right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
It's crazy to me. He's just his own person. He's got his own personality. He's a jokester. He got his own little thing that he thinks is funny.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And he's becoming a man.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind. I wish I would have slowed down even more.
Interesting.
And I think I did a lot. I remember I even did stay home dad for it. I think I did it twice, matter of fact, I stayed home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if I took it all in sometimes like I think I should have,
Yeah. It's interesting. So,
yeah, life is interesting, especially as a dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. Because here's the thing, you got boys and girls. So there is a certain level of, and maybe it's not, maybe you can educate me to this one. Is there a certain level of, I'll put it this way, is there a certain level of testosterone that you bring into the room with one gender versus the other? Like, are you tougher, more like, yo, let's, you talk, from the bottom of your throat, hey, everybody. And then you walk in the room with your daughter and you're like, oh, how you doing, sweetheart? Like, how is that?
I don't know. I don't know if because I've given it to her too.
Okay.
I think I
get it.
I think I've realized that they don't need that all the time.
Yeah.
You gotta use it when you need it. You don't use it all the time. You gotta be the nice dad all the time. Like, hey, buddy. Yeah. But when you need it, it's your go-to. That reminds me of Kevin Hart now. Like, hey, hey, everybody.
Hey, heads of beds. Oh man!
Today, matter of fact, I yelled like I heard something fall, and the kid fell off the stool is what it was. But I heard a loud bang. I'm in the kitchen, bang. Hey, what was that? I'm okay.
Yo,
all you can do is laugh. I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I was worried.
Was that the younger one?
Yeah, my 6-year-old. He was dancing to the game.
Yeah.
He fell off the stool. I'm trying not to laugh at her because he over there. He fell off the stool. I said, I peeked in around the corner like, you okay, buddy? He's like, I'm okay.
I'm okay. Yo, why do kids always do that around this age? I'm okay.
I'm okay. I'm like, all right, cool. All right.
Oh,
get up. All right, you good. All right.
I'm okay. Oh, gosh. Well, man, it's been great talking. I won't take too much more time, man. I'm gonna let you get back to the family. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Is there anything you got going on? Anything you want to share? Any events? Any videos? Any projects you got coming up?
Oh man, I don't really have any events because of this thing that's going on.
Yeah.
We had so much. We was doing meetups and all kind of stuff. I'm hoping we get back to it. Hoping I can get some more dads out.
Yeah.
You know, to the show, to the car shows or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm always doing something. Fan night, I do that one, which is around here, downtown Orlando. What else? I mean, I always try to do cars and coffee, which is more the adults. You know, everybody's like chilling. You know, exotic cars show up. That one's fun.
Yeah.
I'm always doing something like that, or I'm out with the kids and the family running around, just making YouTube videos and speaking my dad's stuff. You know, giving shout outs to the other dads.
I dig it, man.
That's what it's about. I know it's going on. I think it'll grow. It'll get bigger.
Absolutely.
It's gonna take some time.
Absolutely.
You know?
Just that consistency. Consistency beats out all.
Yeah, and I haven't been in the past.
Yeah.
This year I decided, I was like, man, well, last year I decided, like, I got to do a little bit more. I got to give it more of my time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I agree. It's amazing, man. Well, you know, brother, all the best for you, man. And obviously within this dad world, you know, anything can happen. Within this car world, I can't imagine that we won't meet up at some point in time.
Yeah.
I will find an excuse to go down to Orlando. I'm just saying.
I come up there too.
Oh yeah, how long you up here, man?
The last summer I stayed in Michigan for 5 weeks straight.
Oh shoot. Okay. Okay.
Matter of fact, because I know you did a video with Will. That's where I met Will at when he made it to Michigan.
Okay.
And I went up there they went to the Lamborghini dealership in Troy.
Yo.
And I was like, oh man, they're going on a rally. I said, how ironic is this? I said, I gotta go up there and meet this guy. I've been following him on YouTube. You know, so I got to meet DDE and I got to meet him. It was crazy summer. Yeah, man.
That sounds fun. That sounds super fun, man.
Yeah, I've been trying to learn how to put myself out there. I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm pushing myself
to
try to be out there more, where I go meet people and go shake hands and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. It's a scary thing too. Especially it's a little intimidating. Like you feel yourself kind of like, all right. You know, hi guys.
Yeah.
you rehearsing your hello. What's up, guys? Oh no, that won't work. You know, I get it.
Walk up and fist bump.
Right. Oh no, wait, sorry, my bad. Pandemic. I get it, man.
It's a strange world, but I'm hoping. I think my next idea was to tell my wife yesterday. And I kind of told some guys at the Honda meet I was at last week, I want to start doing interviews with dads. And if you're not a dad, I would think it would be cool to have you talk about your dad.
Yeah.
And then show off your vehicle. Because I'm in the cars.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be my next idea, my next move. We just gotta come up with a name for it, and I think it'll work. You know, we talk fatherhood, and then let's see this car, man. And let's see your garage, man. I think it'd be fun.
Let's go. That's beautiful, man. Hey, if you need somebody to interview.
Hey, let's do it.
I mean, it ain't no Lambo, but the Jeep will get up and go. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got my love, right?
Little 392. She'll move a little bit.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah,
man. I mean, I got a minivan.
There you go.
I never thought so many people would be in love with it the way I am.
Wait. Don't try to make it all. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, I got a minivan. You didn't. I'm gonna put a picture of it in this video just because you did that. I'm gonna put a picture up there because you're trying to make it seem like you just got a minivan.
Well, I'll tell you the best part, okay? Because I'm an auto collision teacher. That car was actually done. The majority of the body work and stuff was done by my students. My high school students did the body work.
Wow.
They were the reason they pushed me to finish it because it was just sitting in the garage. I wanted it blue. And I bought all the stuff for it, and they're like, man, you had this car sitting for like 2 years and not finished. You need to finish it. I said, well, I need help. They said, we'll help you. And they did all the body work, sand everything down. And they were like, okay, now you can take over, do your thing. So I did the door jams, and then I did the outer parts of it, and then I went to Michigan. And when I came back, I put it back together.
You forgot to get our medicine.
Real life. Real life.
Can you get it down?
Yeah, I did.
Can you give him one too? And your other brother?
Okay.
real life just hits you.
Real life, man. That's beautiful. Yeah. You can't make that up, man. I love it.
Hey, mom's not here, so they're like,
there you go.
I know you're on the phone, but
right.
It's time.
Oh,
they already know.
About it. I work from home now, so I get it. When my kids are home, they don't care. They're like, I'm on the phone with a customer. No, you're not. I need chocolate milk, so something's got to give.
Don't even care what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Look, look, this kid really bring me allergy medicine. Like, here, I need this, so I go to bed.
Gotta have you open that for me. Can you open that, please?
Man, I tell you, it's real. Yeah. They're like, how you do it? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't have there's no book. I know. I think some people think it's supposed to be perfect, but it's not. Just do it.
And that's one of the scariest parts. It's like thinking you have to follow these rules, and when you follow them, they don't work, and you're like, oh man, okay.
Only take out one. No.
You get to the point where you go, okay, no, I'm not. This is everybody's journey is different. We're good.
Logan, no.
Just go with it, and it'll work out. Just go.
Logan, only one.
Man, you want to take them out, show them the world, show them. Just pack it, plan it,
Logan,
and
what are you
go.
doing?
Because life is gonna pass like this. You're gonna be like me. I'm looking at my oldest like, you are gonna be 13 this year. Where'd it go?
Man, I love the idea. I love the content that you got coming up with, man. I can't wait to see the content.
Can I get the marker?
Idea.
Please.
Dads, cars, that's kind of the way to be, man. So I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Everybody in it? I'm your guy. Just let me know, man. I appreciate you so much for taking the time out to do this, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it too.
All right, big name. We'll catch up soon for sure, man. Just let me, we got to do something, man. Summer's rolling up. Summer's rolling up.
Yeah, I'll be up there this summer too. I'll let you know for sure.
Hey, dope. All right, bro.
Logan, come on.
Man, have a good rest of your night, all right?
All right, you too, brother.
Later.
Bye. Bye-bye.